Today, I'm going to share with you my first look at the new Workflows Designer tool in Copilot Studio. Jumping into Copilot Studio, where I already have an agent flow pre-configured, you can see the massive changes that have happened, including the new flexible workspace that allows you to simply drag and drop those action nodes across your window. If you're looking to quickly reshape those flows, you can tidy things up or view things either horizontally or vertically. And then by clicking on each of those nodes, you can quickly see the configuration that you've set over on the right-hand side. The concepts are exactly the same. We have a trigger, such as when a file is created, and then you simply add in different steps by searching for those common connectors or data operations that you might use when building out your automations. Now, this is not a cloud flow because it's not licensed by a user. It's built and licensed based on consumption through Copilot Studio credits, or maybe even a Microsoft 365 Copilot license. But building out agent flows, or now what's known as workflows, you can see that priority has been given to integrating with different AI capabilities down on the left-hand side. We have the ability to interact with agents, call prompts on different language models, classify with machine learning, and call upon some of those first-party agents that we have in Microsoft 365 Copilot. One of my favorite new features is the ability to add a note, a drag and droppable note that I can add in some details, pick the note color, and maybe even resize it. But it totally changes the way that we build out our automations in this new modern interface. In order to get started with a new workflow in Copilot Studio, I can go and click on this New Workflows button. Note that I'm currently on the preview version as of the 11th of May, and I'm presented with this new interface. So just like building a flow, you have to choose a trigger. By default, over on the right-hand side, we have the manual trigger chosen, but I can either go with recurrence or what we used to know as automated. I can go into the connectors and choose one of the many different connectors, something like SharePoint, and choose a familiar trigger like when a file is created. Sticking with the manual trigger, over on the left-hand side, you'll note that there's that tight integration with all those AI capabilities. And one of my favorite features is the ability to choose this Microsoft 365 Copilot integration. This allows me to schedule my favorite prompts to my agents over on Microsoft 365 Copilot. But not only that, if I go into advanced parameters, you'll note that I have the ability to select agents that have already been deployed to that UI for AI. So choosing my favorite researcher agent, I'm able to send a prompt across and do some research on this new feature. But before I do that, if I expand the user interface, I'm going to go into that message box and then prompt as follows. Do some research on the new Workflow Designer as part of the new Copilot Studio experience. Provide me a succinct overview, but do not ask me any follow-up questions. Just get on with it. A couple of settings just to note. Prefer async means that this action will wait until it's completed, unless of course you turn it on. And the action will complete asynchronously, which means the flow will continue without waiting for the agent to respond. And then the final toggle is the conversation visible. If you turn that on, when you're over in Copilot, like so, down on the left-hand side where you have your chats, this schedule prompt that you've called via workflow will appear here. But a feature we've never seen before in flows within Power Platform, we have the ability to test actions individually without running the whole flow. So if I want to test that node, I can click on the test button, and that will now send my prompt off to Microsoft 365 Copilot, whether that be an action to list rows, run a prompt, send an email. All of those actions can be run individually as part of this new interface, so you can test them as you build. If I jump back across into Microsoft 365 Copilot, I can see that prompt has been sent as part of my chats, and the researcher is currently doing its research all through a workflow by calling that new node. So if I jump back to that original flow, it's actually attached to an agent. You'll see it's to execute an agent and wait. And the idea here is that I can upload an expenses receipt to SharePoint when a file is created. I'll get the file content of that receipt. I'll send that file content over to my agent, and that agent will then use the expenses policy to give me feedback on what I can claim. I'll then capture that last response from that particular agent and I'll send it back in an email to myself to let me know how I should proceed. If we have a quick look at that agent in question, my expenses agent, it does have just very simple instructions telling it to assume the number of diners based on the main meal count. And then there are some exceptions, such as if the meal is under £30, a glass of alcohol has to be under £10, or should I say dollars, and then to identify the exceptions and remove them off the final bill. Now, this is a very basic agent. It's pretty much based on a single instruction, but this can be attached to your knowledge, your documents on SharePoint, grounded on those policy documents related to your expenses. So when a user uploads their expenses receipt, the agent is able to use that grounded information in order to understand the advice that it should provide back. But as with all demos, if I drag and drop my expense that I created earlier, I'll open up that receipt and you can see here I've been to the Rusty Anchor and had a couple of meals and drinks, etc. But I know there are some exceptions, like the lobster roll is over $30. My glass of red wine is over $10. Will our agent be able to detect this? Jumping back across into our workflow designer, I can see there's a new instance that's running. And if I click on that, I can see the various stages of it completing. The file has been received, it's getting the file content, it's calling our agent, and soon it will get that response back based on our policy and it will send me an email. And not only is the edit mode drag and droppable, you'll see that I can drag and drop this interface as well whilst I'm waiting for this automation to complete. Now, if I jump across into my email, here is the follow-up. You'll see the various exceptions. It's given me a breakdown of what it's assumed is person 1 and person 2's meal. And we have this very detailed email along with the exceptions and the total claimable amount. We also have some guidance notes as to why these deductions have been made, all based on our policy for our expenses. Other features that I've noticed, it's very easy to right-click and cut or copy or indeed duplicate actions like we could do on the old designer. If you're not a fan of the connection within the actions, you can easily delete that and then redraw those connections as required. And it's very easy to add additional actions wherever you want within your workflow by clicking on that plus and searching for the action like my favorite select. And whilst on this occasion, it's created the connection in the wrong space, I can simply delete the wrong connection and redraw that connection so I have the sequence of my workflow as expected. Features that are on my wish list, it would be amazing if we could have multiple triggers in a single workflow so that you could execute your workflow from different scenarios like different mailboxes. In addition, to be able to select an action and run that exact action by clicking on the play button like so and running a test. It would be amazing if we could also add breakpoints, maybe by right-clicking and adding a breakpoint and running a number of steps rather than just one. But this is early days, it's a brand new preview. I would love to hear in the comments the features that you wish existed in this new designer. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you again sometime soon. Cheers.